I'm doing all right, man. I can't complain. I'm hanging in there.
Now, you played for various NFL teams over the years after you got done at UK, man. Had a nice pro career. What are you up to these days?
Well, right now I had an injury a couple of years ago. I tore my Achilles tendon, so I've been bouncing back from that. But I'm still playing, still training, still throwing, and waiting that phone call. I played the last year in AFL with the Milwaukee Mustangs. That was my first piece of action since I had hurt myself. But before that, I was with the Indianapolis Colts and the Texans and the Cardinals before that. But right now, just staying in shape and also just dibbling, dabbling in some stuff. I'm actually helping out and learning the financial investment business. So I've been doing that with Tom Dupree's financial group, and also joined him on his radio stations on Saturday mornings. We have a sports part of his radio show. He talks, economics and finances in the first part. And then from 8 to 9, it's me, Tom Dupree, and Bill Needham. We talk sports from 8 to 9 on WLAP 6:30 in the morning.
Seems like, man, you've one of the rare players who really kind of balance things the right way. I know you loved football, and obviously your love of football carried over after your playing days in Kentucky, because you still are working towards trying to play. But you also seem like you planned ahead. That you planned for life after football. Talk about developing that mentality, and is that something you try to share with some of the players over there at UK right now?
Oh, yes, I most definitely do. I mean, when I get a chance to talk to guys over there, I still work out there. I still train there. So I like to be in touch with the players and the staff in that area. So it's always good to be able to talk to guys. And plus the way I was raised, I mean, I got a good family from my mother and my uncle. And, the vast coaches I had when I was over there, they always took care of me and made sure that I kept my head on straight as far as life after football, because everybody's going to have to hang the cleats up one day. So you just hope that it's later than sooner, but it is going to happen. So you got to prepare yourself now for when that time comes. And that was a big reason why I made sure I got my degree before I left the University of Kentucky.
You spoke with Patrick Towles the other day. How did that conversation go? I know he's a freshman quarterback trying to learn the ropes. I know you've been there. What kind of advice did you give to Patrick?
I just basically told him to take it a little bit at a time. You don't want to bite off a whole lot at one time, especially in this league. I mean, there's not a lot of younger guys, especially at the quarterback position, that are very successful in the beginning. This is the #1 league in the nation, and it takes time to learn. So I basically let them know on the mental aspect of it to take a little bit at a time, take and learn something each day, each week, and continue to build on that. Don't try and digest it all at one time, because you won't be able to do it. And he was very receptive of that, and I told him to make sure he takes care of his body. Because one of the terms I learned as soon as I got to the NFL was you can't make the club in the tub. Nobody can do anything with a damaged product. So he looks to be the future of the UK football program. He's a great quarterback. He has a great mind, come from a great school. He even had Jared Lorenzen up there teaching him. So Jared was having him toss it around a lot. So he has a great base, a great foundation, and just needs to continue to build on that.
Now, I know your younger brother Aaron plays on the team. You talked to Patrick. You're still connected with the program. What have you been able to gather about the team morale right now? 1-8, it's really tough. Do you feel, are the players' heads still up? Are they still into it as we get to the last stretch of the season?
Yeah, the players are still competing. I mean, you still see guys in the film room. You still see guys working hard in the weight room. It's never a good thing when you're 1-8 or you're in the midst of a losing season. What I get from this a lot is kind of like the seasons I had. I was playing when we was in our sanctions era, when we was on probation, so that was a little bit harder. And a lot of the reasons for how we lost our games because we wasn't playing with a full deck. But when you're not winning, you're still a competitor, and these guys love to compete, and these guys love to play football. So the morale is not as high as you would think it should be if you're on a winning team right now, but guys are still fighting. They're still competing with each other. They're still helping each other out, and there's no quit in them. It's just the season hasn't gone the way that it has. And this is also good to build on the future. You get these type of seasons where this is character building. This is what has added to me as a man. The things that I went through while I was at the University of Kentucky, it helped me out now that I've left the university, and the aspects of me being a more mature man and being able to deal with real life situations, because a lot of that goes from the field to the corporate world.
How much does all the media attention about Joker's job distract a player? Is it hard to ignore all the speculation and get out there and focus when you don't know? Let's say you're a freshman, a young player, you don't know if this guy's going to be your coach or not. All the papers and message boards are buzzing. How much of a burden does that put on the players?
Honestly, it puts a big burden. I mean, you look at my career, I had Hal Mummy coaching change to Guy Morris to Brooks. So I went through it 3 times, dealing with the rumors of a new coach and a new coach coming in. So it's very hard, especially when you're dealing with kids that are, anywhere from 17 to 22, 23 years old, to be able to adjust to new changes, or hearing about whether the coach, the leader of your team is going to be there or not. It's pretty difficult to play in, but it takes leaders on the team, as far as players go, to keep everyone focused and zone in on preparing for the next week. So it is a bit of a burden, but you got some guys over there who are like, you know what, let's strap them up and let's go play. We'll let that play itself out the way that it will. But right now, we got Vandy this week, and we got to play ball. So they're coming here to play, and if we're not ready, they're looking to kick us in the mouth.